Check, check, check. All the pre-work is done. An entire season of hard work, discipline, and dedication has come down to one match for two teams in the U13 boys division. It's the national championship game, and it's here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hi fans, Josh Haley with you, and glad you've tuned in as Baltimore Celtic FC getting set to take on EC Real Galaxy out of the state of California. These two teams matched up in pool play on the final day of pool play. Baltimore Celtic taking that matchup by a final of 3-0, but expect a much closer match here as the championship has kicked off and we are underway. Baltimore Celtic in the all whites, EC Real Galaxy in the green jerseys, black shorts. Real Galaxy be attacking from left to right on your screens here in this first half. Keep in mind this U13 boys division, 35-minute halves, not the typical 45 like the older divisions. Four teams made their way here to the national championships at the Mohawk Sports Complex in Tulsa, Oklahoma in the U13 boys division. Baltimore Celtic finishing 3-0 in group play, 11 goals for compared to just 1 against. EC Real Galaxy finished 2-1, and so those two, by default, make their way into this championship matchup. Mentioned the result when they squared off against one another on Thursday in the final game of pool play. Baltimore Celtic won their opening game 5-1 before winning game 2 3-0. EC Real Galaxy a 6-0 win in their first game before a 3-1 win in game 2. So both teams pretty dominant through group play until they matched up, and Baltimore Celtic took that game. This ball will race out of bounds, and Celtic will try to control. We'll see what both teams have here in the early going. And the fact that both teams had already advanced to this national championship game when they faced off on the final day of group play, you have to think that both sides might have held a little bit back, not shown all their cards, as they looked ahead to this national championship game. Don't want to give your opponent too much to prepare on. Baltimore Celtic Derby, to be exact. Derby, the identifying name there, as there are multiple Baltimore Celtic clubs. And let me tell you, Baltimore Celtic, one of the most quality clubs in the country, and it's shown here at these national championships. Here's an early strike in with the left foot, just going wide on the ground. That was Ione that hit it with the left foot for Real Galaxy. Jerry Ione, one of the top players in this division, and he will be dangerous up top. Goal kick coming from the keeper. That's Grant Farley in goal for Baltimore Celtic. His counterpart on the other side, Luis Alvarez, the keeper for EC Real Galaxy, coached by Juan Moreno. Baltimore Celtic lead man is Mike Lookingland. Interesting note about this Baltimore Celtic team. Was chatting with them in the pregame, and last year's regional they lost in PKs to Prince William out of Virginia. And this year, not only did they get revenge, but they beat Prince William twice in regionals, ultimately punching their ticket here to the national championships in Tulsa. When you look at the difference that these two teams might have as well as far as preparation goes, EC Real Galaxy out of Salinas, California. The temperatures there, they don't get too warm. You'll see them up in the low 80s perhaps on a warmer day. But needless to say, they're certainly not used to these hot days. On the flip side, Baltimore Celtic, they'll see some warmer days, and certainly they are used to the humidity. But the U.S. Youth Soccer Association has done a tremendous job in terms of scheduling and operations here at these national championships that got underway on Tuesday. And the scheduling today, we had two early sets of games, 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. And this game originally set for 5:30, moved back to 7. This is Ione into the box. His second touch a bit too far in front, and it races towards the keeper, Farley, who pounces on it. Good decision by Grant Farley, the keeper, to come off his line and charge forward. He'll keep it on the ground. They'll possess in the back. This is Langford. The back line for Baltimore Celtic, Langford, Osuji, Owusu, and Mayer. That's the defenders in front of Grant Farley, the Baltimore Celtic keeper. 3 in the midfield. Nichols out to the left wing. Sagisi out right. Mangione in the middle. Teddy J at the left wing. And Debody Loeb in the center, and Sloan out right. For EC Real Galaxy, mentioned Luis Alvarez, the keeper. It's a 4-man back line. Garcia Zamudio, the left back. Laguna Arroyo in left center. Medrano, the right center. And Ponce, the right back. Piguero, the left midfielder. Amesca, the left center mid. Garcia also in the Sano out right. Ione and Martinez up top. Trying to attack here. Ball trickles into the center. It's still loose, and one big boot out from the keeper, Luis Alvarez. It'll be controlled on the left wing. This is Langford pushing forward. Gave it up, got it right back. A little bit of room to work now as they'll push down left. Being chased by Montano. This ball still loose in the box, comes down and now cleared out. A back and forth game thus far. This is the first national championship game to kick off today. This morning it was all semifinal action. But this one is for a mighty big trophy. And a lot of pride for these two teams that have worked so hard to get here. Mentioned the quality of club that you'll see from Baltimore Celtic in all age groups, and the U16 boys Baltimore Celtic team. A 4-2 semifinal win this morning on the opening game on this field, punching their ticket in tomorrow's national championship. This free kick soaring all the way into goal, and Luis Alvarez has no problem snagging it. There you get a brief look at the speed of Ione, the striker for Real Galaxy. Young man can move, and he will apply a lot of pressure to that back line. Have to expect that Baltimore Celtic will know where he's at all times. This Baltimore Celtic club mentioned a little bit of what they did in regionals. But they really cruised through the regional. They had to go down to West Virginia. Outscored their opponents 18-1 in punching their ticket here to these national championships. As mentioned when we started, don't forget these are 35-minute halves. This specific Baltimore Celtic team, the identifying name as mentioned earlier, Derby, as there's multiple Baltimore Celtics. Founded in 2013. Sub here for EC Real Galaxy. And checking into the game is we'll try to get a number on that player. Roster that we had did not show. Player that took a seat, though, was Garcia Zamudio, who started at the left back spot. Attempted cross in here, but deflected away. Coming into the box. It looked to be a 50-50 ball there as the player went down. Well, the free kick will bring it the other way, though, with EC Real Galaxy. This is our only stage of games on the night. 4 games going on to decide champions. You have the U19 and U13 girls championship games, as well as the U19 boys national championship game. Tomorrow we will have 10 national championship games going on. 5 different fields, 2 games slated on most of those fields. This is field number 7 here at the Mohawk Sports Complex. Beautiful facility here in Tulsa. I gotta tell you, being a native of Tulsa, growing up here, playing soccer here for 22 years, a lot of nice soccer facilities in Tulsa and the surrounding areas, but this facility here at Mohawk Sports Complex, without a doubt, worthy to host a national championship setting. Tournament committee has done a fantastic job as well. Everyone's been on point here. We've stayed on schedule, and the right moves have been made to keep these players' safety the top priority. As mentioned earlier, this game scheduled for 5:30 and then was moved back to 7 o'clock to avoid the heat. Got really, really warm today. Temperatures reaching right around the 100-degree mark. There wasn't really any breeze to speak of. When we arrived here about an hour ago, there was a breeze coming in, blowing primarily out of the south, but that has really died down for the most part, as we're just past 7 p.m. here in Tulsa. This is Ione playing one on the ground, but an offsides call, as Marinez was trekking through, but easily offsides. If you're just joining us, no quality chances really to speak of for either side. Stepping forward to deny that pass. In the back, it was Asuji. Asuji trying to step forward again, but it snuck past him. This is Ione cutting inside, plays one on the ground, looking for Marinez, and just out of his reach. Had he been able to get a foot on that, could have been dangerous for Baltimore Celtic. They'll clear out forward now, but not out of harm's way yet. Controlling in the midfield now. And Garcia sending it towards the 18. Pinball effect there just outside the 18, and it's going to be a free kick awarded to Real Galaxy. And Real Galaxy players motioning a coach to come out onto the field. So when we get set to resume, it'll be a free kick from about 23, 24 yards out, right towards the middle of the field. No score here in the early stages, and just over 10 minutes into this one. So good to see the player back up to his feet there. You don't want to see any injuries at any time, but especially when you get to this stage, it can be heartbreaking for players to see their game end due to an injury. Good to see the player there walking under his own power, get a name and a number as he makes his way here to the near sideline. So it was Marinez who was down, a player that started this game up top and forced to make a change. Coming on for Real Galaxy, Jonathan Mosqueda, hitting it with the left foot. That's over the bar. That was Amesqua that hit it with the left foot. Jose Amesqua had an idea in his head and just didn't get it down quite enough. Second shot of this game for Real Galaxy. None have been on frame yet. Coaching staff members discussing with the officials on if you will see the water break in this game now that the temperatures have cooled off and it is a shorter game. In all the 45-minute half games, without a doubt, you see the mandated breaks halfway through, so at about the 22.5-minute mark. It appeared the official did say, yes, we will have one at halfway, so that would be at about 17.5 minutes through, which means we should be approaching it at any moment. Lights are on, though, here at the Mohawk Sports Complex, and a foul there committed. And Teddy J had a big head of steam coming forward on that left side before getting upended. One of the top players in this tournament has shown it with his goal-scoring ability. He has 4 goals coming in. Tied atop the leaderboard in the U13 boys division with Ione, the striker for Real Galaxy. So 2 of the top quality strikers trying to help their teams in this national championship. A high kick whistled there, dangerous play. We'll give the free kick back to Real Galaxy. Sent forward on the ground, trying to control his Ione, trying to cut inside, but a lot of defending there. Montano trying to play it across the field, and finally it gets to the feet of Peguero. This ball put in the air, but no one there, no one making a run for Real Galaxy. Not the ball they were looking for. The Celtic will keep it in play on the ground. Left back sends it forward. There's your water break halfway through. So consider this about 17.5 minutes into this contest, and no goals have been scored yet. Scoreless tie here in the U13 Boys National Championship game. EC Real Galaxy FC 01. Out of the state of California, hometown of Salinas. Head coach Juan Moreno's club has put some pressure on early, but no real quality chances for either side. Baltimore Celtic derby, coached by Mike Lookingland, his club, trying to find their touch into the final third. But Real Galaxy has played well on the back line, played well in the midfield as well. Not allowing too many passes to be strung together by Celtic Derby, who knocked off Real Galaxy 3-0 in the final game of group play. There was only one group of 4 teams in this U13 boys division. They played on the final day of group play. That was on Thursday, so 2 days ago they matched up. But as mentioned earlier, when those two teams met on Thursday, they had both already punched their ticket into this national championship game. So you could argue a multitude of things. I'm sure neither coach would really reveal their strategy. But they didn't roll with their typical lineups for the typical duration that they normally would in a game that really mattered. And you never like to say a game doesn't matter, but one team could have beaten the other by 10 goals, and it literally wouldn't have mattered. They were both already in this national championship game. And so whether it was to rest the players or to not show the other team what they really had, considering they have never met before, neither team played the way that they normally would in terms of lineups. Excellent flick on to the back, charging forward, Teddy J, and had it cleared off his feet just as he got inside the 18. Alfredo Reyes Pacheco, the defender that checked in earlier. That's the name that we were looking for. Good defending there by Reyes Pacheco. Able to clear it out. Celtic trying to possess, but instead taken by Real Galaxy. Good push forward, finding the feet. This is another sub on ball, Mosqueda. And taken back now in the midfield. This is Nichols. Got to see his older brother earlier today for the U13 Baltimore Celtic team. Had a big impact on that game, played very well. Baltimore Celtic U16 with a 4-2 win, punching their ticket into tomorrow's national championship game. So what a thrill that must be for the Nichols family. Have two sons playing in national championship games, all within about 15 hours of one another. That U16 Boys National Championship game tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Live coverage here for you on the USYS Soccer YouTube channel, and so glad you've tuned in this evening. So glad that we could bring you coverage of these 2015 national championships. I will say this about every coach, player, fan that we've encountered so far, and these two teams you're watching now, no exception, handling themselves with the utmost professionalism and class. Very friendly, very upfront with information, more than willing to help out in any way they can for a good broadcast for you fans. So thank you to those coaches and teams. Ione hits it with the right foot, but sails over the bar. Second shot of this game for the big striker, Ione. Three shots so far for this Real Galaxy team. We'll see another substitution for Real Galaxy. Montano will check out, and there is Marinez back in. So very good to see that injury was not significant as Brian Marinez checks back into the game. Once you get to this stage, it would take an awful lot to keep a player off the pitch due to any ailing matter. Trying to clear it out, but a deflection keeps it in. Nichols will put it on the ground. The Real Galaxy players had the numbers. And a late foul. Coming in was Ameska. He was trying to get ball, but getting there just a little bit quicker was Nichols. Free kick taken by Langford. Takes a hop just outside of the 18. Clearance was skied upward. Langford's going to try to come forward. Knocked away from him, but the throw-in will keep it with Baltimore Celtic. This will trickle all the way back to the keeper, Luis Alvarez. Lights on here at the Mohawk Sports Complex. 35-minute halves for this U13 Boys National Championship game. Probably close now to about 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Headed forward to Bodie Loeb. Haven't called his name a whole lot. He's been parked up top. They haven't been able to find his feet a whole lot. It's been good defending from Real Galaxy thus far. Holding on ball, trying to split two defenders, and somehow Ione got through, but he won't get past a third. That was Owusu that stepped forward to knock it away. Possession ultimately will stay here, though, with Real Galaxy. Beghetto on the left wing, trying to send one in. Nice diving header to get a piece of it and deny that pass. Put forward, headed away. Things getting a little bit sloppy in the midfield now. You have to wonder if either team is growing a little bit impatient and just looking for one big home run, sending a long ball in and hoping they get the right bounce. Excellent sliding tackle defensively, Owusu. Don't know if you'd necessarily describe it as a tackle, as the player attacking stayed on his feet, but Owusu, an excellent defensive effort. Stays with Real Galaxy. Ball popped in and will skip over the inline for a goal kick. Haven't seen a plethora of subs from either side. Real Galaxy has made a few. One of those coming on for Baltimore Celtic. Special thanks to our entire crews here who have been able to make these broadcasts possible. A lot of men and women working very hard to ensure that these broadcasts go correctly and that we're able to bring it all of you and at absolutely no charge. And thank you to Youth Soccer as well for doing everything they can to help us out, make sure we have everything we need and are in the right positions to broadcast these matchups. Regardless of how this turns out, certainly a day that both teams will never forget. A national championship game that many dream of and few ever get to take part in. But Real Galaxy out of Salinas, California, and Baltimore Celtic, two teams that have certainly earned their way to this position. In the game of soccer and the way that these tournaments are set up, from the local level and on up here to these national championships, you can't catch a string of luck and find your way to this stage. Substitution waiting to happen for Real Galaxy. Rafael Mendoza will sub on for Real Galaxy and takes the spot of Peguero. And he is instantly going to go up top. Mesqua trying to find ball. Now it's poked out to that left side. Real Galaxy coming with the double team. It was a good job in the corner by Langford, the left back, who had made a long run up forward to fend two defenders off. Ultimately come away with the free kick. Soft ball played in. Kalishman, nice job to try to kick it out wide. They had something there, but good defending by Real Galaxy. We'll fend it off for the moment. This Real Galaxy team really collapsing on anything that comes toward the middle. Not giving much time at all for any of these Baltimore Celtic players to try to turn or explore any options. It's certainly what you like to see. Players with this kind of talent and ability, you give them any time at all to think about it, and they'll find something that will put you in danger defensively. Ball played in, and the keeper, Luis Alvarez, going down to the ground to get it. First time the keeper, Alvarez, has had to do anything with that kind of effort. Players in front of him have really been able to do a lot to keep things quiet there in their own box. Alvarez was up to the challenge there. Trying to counter quickly the other way. Ione trying to find it down at his feet. Draws a pair of defenders. And a foul will be whistled against Ione as he got into the back of a Celtic player. Owusu to hit it. Punched out. Throw in on the far sideline as we near halftime and no score in this national championship game. Not far away from that halftime whistle. Inside of 5 minutes for sure. A goal kick coming. Breeze really starting to pick up though now here in Tulsa, and I don't think you'll hear the players complain too much. It's coming out of the south for the most part, so right into the face of the Real Galaxy players. Let's see if this plays into the favor of Baltimore Celtic in the second half. Should it keep up? Ball played on the ground. Sliding tackle. It was deflected away. And the keeper, Grant Farley, is going to run it down. Nice defensive effort there from Langford. And Ione comes up limping just a little bit. Bouncing down the sidelines, chesting it down, Teddy J. Hard to tell from here on this near sideline, but might be saying that Teddy J got a little bit too much of his upper arm involved when he was chesting that down. A free kick, though, doesn't stay in bounds. Late sub coming on. Montano, who started this game. Ione is the player that will get the break for Real Galaxy, so probably counted as just a little extended halftime for him. Remember, he came up limping a little bit after that sliding tackle. Certainly hope that he's all right. A lot of times after those types of plays, just a stinger. Walk it off and you're fine. There's your halftime. And no score here in the U13 Boys National Championship game between EC Real Galaxy out of Salinas, California, and Baltimore Celtic Derby. No score between these two. Very few chances for either side. And the shots 3-1. Real Galaxy outnumbering Baltimore Celtic. Second half coming your way shortly. Stay with us. This is the United States Youth Soccer National Championships from the Mohawk Sports Complex in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Back for the second half of this U13 Boys National Championship game. EC Real Galaxy FC out of Salinas, California, taking on Baltimore Celtic Derby, and no score after 35 minutes of play. 35-minute halves for what we play in the U13 Boys Division. I'll set the stage for you now. Should we need extra time in this one, it would be 2 10-minute halves, followed by those dreaded penalty kicks. Both of these teams, I'm sure, have different plans in mind, though. Lights are on here at the Mohawk Sports Complex in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A nice breeze has come through, blowing out of the south. Most everyone pleased with that, everyone except maybe EC Real Galaxy. They had to have it in their face for the final 15 minutes of that first half, but now they get to reap the benefits of it as they are attacking right to left. Baltimore Celtic, meanwhile, coming through with an early attack here. Temperature currently listed at 93 degrees, but I can tell you it certainly doesn't feel like 93. It was about 93 when we were here this morning, and much hotter as the sun was beating down on everyone. The field of play right now is not really shaded except for a few parts. Certainly feels much better than that. Both teams with very similar lineups to how they started this game. This is Mayer, the right back, attacking for Baltimore Celtic. Has it poked away, but he earns his team a throw-in. Owusu is going to come forward and take the throw. Owusu, the right center back. Cleared out of the box. A lot of traffic there in the midfield, just what we saw in the first half, and finally some space opens up. That was Mendoza who tried to send it forward. Teddy J on ball. Tied for the lead in goals scored in group play. In 3 games, he had 4 goals. Man on ball right now for Real Galaxy, Ione, the other player with 4 goals in group play. Sent across the field, looking to switch again, and they will. Right back into the middle. Trying for a quick one-time shot. Diving forward, it looked to be Montano, and it was sit wide. It will be a goal kick. Langford will take the goal kick. That was a good idea, though, attacking for Real Galaxy. And Mosqueda, the player on that left wing, who put it right back in with one touch. Bigfoot sending it forward. Medrano all the way to the keeper, Grant Farley. Quick roll out to the right. Mayer trying to play forward, finds the feet right at midfield. Kalishman on ball, drawing 2 defenders. They closed in quickly. This is coming forward. Garcia, Zamudio, left-footed shot. Farley gave up a brief rebound, but quick to pounce right back on it. First shot on goal for Real Galaxy. Good step forward. That was Mayer who took it away. Defender steps in to poke it away from him, but a throw-in will keep it with Baltimore Celtic. This is a Wusu. Throw headed away, trying to settle it down. Sagisi does so, pokes it forward. Kalishman, good first touch, riding that line. Oh, and it just skipped past him. That was a good first touch. Had the right idea to try to take it into that corner. The ball just got out of range. Good step by Kalishman now, trying to take it away. Good touch there, gets past the defender. Poked out, it'll be another throw-in. It's a great effort by Kalishman on that right side. In the middle, Nichols trying to find the feet of Teddy J. Does long run forward, but no one there. Debody Loeb was the player making a run, but no chance to get to it. Run forward by Teddy J. Final touch was lost on the back line now. Last touch was a little too forward, and a great stick there by Mayer to try to win it away. Medrano, the player, making a run from that back line. And preparing for a sub, Real Galaxy. Montano's going to check out. Marinez back into the game. He started this one up top. Came out briefly after a injury, but it appears that it was nothing serious as he came back into the game later in the first half. And back in here once again. And they certainly need him in there. Showed some good stuff in the early stages of the first half. Last man back will send it forward. Returning it to the back line, that was Mosqueda. These two teams have never met up before. Opposite parts of the country. Real Galaxy out of Salinas, California, and Baltimore Celtic. Both had lengthy trips to get here, especially if you make the trip by land. And a foul called, little extracurricular activities there. So a free kick for Real Galaxy in their own half. And Medrano is going to be the player to send it forward. Reminder, these are 35-minute halves. Within about 5 minutes or so, should be approaching that midway point water break. Player safety, the utmost priority. Send forward. Good first touch from Debody Loeb. He's going to try to chase it down in the corner. He'll get to it. Working back, looking for some room. They'll keep possession. Player goes down for Real Galaxy. Here's a shot from way out. And a safe lay to the left for the keeper, Luis Alvarez. Alvarez made a long throw to midfield close to the line. AR all over it saying that he did stay in the box. The utmost for anyone that watches the higher levels of soccer. Saw the United States in the Gold Cup semifinal get a bad break as So the break is over with. About 17 and a half to play. Just past 8 o'clock here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A warm evening, but much better than what it was earlier today. There were no games in action from noon to 7. You're waiting for the sun to make its way towards the west, cool things down just a bit. Still very warm as mentioned, but we did have a nice breeze going there for about 30 minutes. That is pretty much disintegrated. Long run. This is Ione trying to cut into the box. Right side. Low right-footed shot and diving to his right. The keeper, Grant Farley, comes up big for his club. It's the type of explosive play that Ione can give you up top. Remember, he's got 4 goals already in this tournament. But Grant Farley comes up big. Foul here. That's going to go against Nichols, and a quick free kick to be taken by Real Galaxy. Now they'll take their time and send some players in towards the 18. Medrano's going to hit it. Farley's going to punch it out with both hands. Langford coming up with a defeat, trying to send one down the line. Jay not going to get there, but he will earn his team a throw in. Mentioned Ione has 4 goals in this tournament. So does Teddy J. Going down to the ground there was Osuji. This is Mayer. He's had some good runs from that right back position, trying to cut past a player, has it poked away. Deflected again, but a throw in for Baltimore Celtic. Nichols puts it out left for Langford. Deflected off defender, throw in coming. Langford's going to keep it himself. Right back into Nichols. A little bit of time and space, trying to split 2 defenders. That ball denied right back to him. Ball hit on the run. Ione trying to get there. Owusu is there instead. Now it's loose in the corner. Ione's going to chase it down. He's got 2 defenders. Good defending. And knocked out of bounds. It'll be a deep throw in. Tensions really starting to build. National championship game for the U13 boys. Trying to split defenders, working into the box. Going down to the knees, referee instantly says no way, no call. Freelander punching that one away from harm. Ball soaring right back in, takes a hop. Grant Farley will pick it up. Keeper who made a really nice diving save to his right just moments ago. Inching close to about 10 minutes to play or so. Hard right-footed shot. Cut too much. So Giese, nice flick on. What a save there. Garcia Zamudio never gave up on it, headed it back into the field of play. And ultimately, Real Galaxy's going to come away with a win here. Push to the back line. Trying to clear it forward, still possessing. Hard right-footed shot. Off the foot of Mendoza, took a hop, and Farley was there. Coaching staff for Baltimore Celtic saying no foul there. Just keep the pressure on. Garcia Zamudio trying to clear, deflected away. It will be a throw-in, keeping it with Real Galaxy. Again, these two teams matched up in the final game of pool play on Thursday. Baltimore Celtic with a 3-0 win, but a game much different than this. Both teams had already clinched their spot in this national championship. So neither side playing their typical lineups. Not wanting to show too much to the opponent, perhaps. Certainly some rest for a lot of these players. Split through on the ground, a little bit of space to run. Zameska cut inside, Ione, toe poke right foot, kick save by Farley. Farley going to the ground, kick save up in the air and keeps this a scoreless game. Haven't seen a corner yet for Real Galaxy. Quickly punched back out. And Debody Loeb doing the same. Teddy J has it, but 3 defenders are back for Real Galaxy. Knocked away. It'll be a throw-in on the far side. Even when you factor in any sort of stoppage time, we are under 10 to play. A throw in deep in their own half for Real Galaxy. Trying to clear forward and find the feet of Ione. He'll lay it back. Ball played through on the ground. Ione running onto it. Farley charging off his line and clears another one out. Good touch up the line there. So Giese puts it back to the middle. Misplayed, but stepping forward was Medrano to clear it out. Marinez. Cutting forward in the box. Left-footed shot deflected away. Comes down to feet. Looking for an opening and a foul there. We'll bring it back the other way. Mayer gets taken down as he's trying to work one-on-one. Free kick coming for Celtic. Owusu will step forward to take it. Big boot deep into the box. Came off the foot of Langford. He's going to charge back forward. It's popped over his head. Knocked forward. Owusu there to head it again. Working on one defender. Coming forward. Paguero trying to work on a defender. Earns his team a throw. He's going to go down line. Try to run onto that ball, and it's knocked out again, this time by Owusu. Everyone converging towards the box. Real Galaxy getting set to make a sub. Going to try to bring Montano back in. And getting a break will be Mendoza. They'll make the change. Here comes Montano. Montano has scored 2 goals in this tournament. Ball sent in. High up. Farley got a glove on it to poke it away. And a call made that will give a free kick deep in their own half to Baltimore Celtic. Referee on the near sideline here, in front of the officials' table. Looks like he's ready to put an amount of stoppage time on that clock. A lot of ruckus going on the field behind us. Girls National Championship game going on. U13 Girls National Championship game taking place. Here's the long free kick. Headed straight up. Pressure still being applied. Here's a ball skied up towards the goal. And Farley will soar up to get it yet another one. Grant Farley, the keeper for Baltimore Celtic, has played an exceptional game. Nice sliding tackle there by Mayer. Equally as good on the Real Galaxy side. That was Garcia who came sliding in. Teddy J A little bit of space, switching the field. DeBodie Loeb has got some space, trying to cut inside, trying to cut back outside, but well defended. And that is a big-time play by Garcia Zamudio, but then Mayer stepped forward to take it back. It'll all be for naught. And you can chalk that final play up for Garcia Zamudio defensively as the one that will send us to extra time. 2 10-minute overtime periods will come your way next. The U13 Boys National Championship. EC Real Galaxy and Baltimore Celtic. Don't go anywhere. A national champion will be crowned not too far away from it. This is the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. the kind of stuff that books are written on and movies are made of. We go to overtime in the national championship game for the U13 boys division. So here we go. 2 10-minute frames is what we play here in extra time for this U13 boys division. Baltimore Celtic in the all-whites attacking from right to left. EC Real Galaxy in the green jerseys attacking left to right. And the referee stepping in, putting something to rest there. But it will be a free kick. The big right foot of Langford set to send it in towards the box. Curling in towards the arc, headed away quickly. No one able to find the net in regulation. Asuji will just let this roll out of bounds, and Langford will come back to that left back spot to take this throw in. Nice work by Freelander. Didn't have a lot of space, but able to at least push it forward a bit. But Real Galaxy is going to come back with it. Trying to split defenders. Ione. The deflection comes back down to him. Grant Farley, though, is all over it, just as he's been all game. A low punt outward and then headed forward. Teddy J, 4 goals in this tournament for Baltimore Celtic. EC Real Galaxy's Ione with 4 goals as well. Those two, the only 2 players with 4 goals in 3 games of pool play. This is Mayer. Send forward, trekking it back, Asuji. Stayed in bounds, had to try to turn on it. Knocked out of Celtic, trying to plead with the officials on the call there. Not sure if they were trying to say that it was out already or if someone on the sidelines might have gotten in the way, but event staff pushing some of the spectators there on that far sideline back a little bit, making sure there's plenty of room for the players. Trying to clear it out, deflected away. Takes a bounce in the box, headed forward, but right to Grant Farley again, and he gives up no rebound. This is Langford. Quickly denied the other way. Ione's going to play it backwards. Montano trying to send back forward to Ione. Asuji, the first to get there. Nice turn on ball there from Kalishman. running on. Nice pass, finding the feet. Mangione coming forward. The keeper, Alvarez, diving forward right at the edge of the box. Goes down along with the defender for Real Galaxy. We're trying to find Teddy J in there towards the 18. But the foul will be whistled. Free kick for Real Galaxy. It was a good build-up, though, from Baltimore Celtic. Perhaps the best we've seen this game as they worked into their opponent's final third. Teddy J on ball now, trying to beat a defender. He's passed. Low cross coming in towards the box. Alvarez, after the deflection, able to get there first and dive on it. Tension continues to build as this game still searching for the first goal. A collision there right at midfield. Free kick's going to give it to Real Galaxy. 2 10-minute halves for extra time here. This is the first of two. The volley forward. Finding Fiti now, stringing together passes. Ione played back. Hard right-footed shot on one touch, but sails well wide. The goal kick coming for Grant Farley and Celtic. U13 Girls National Championship game behind us. Field still going on. Yet to decide a national champion. Teddy J on ball. Deflected out. It'll be a throw. And it will be taken back here. Free kick coming, taken quickly by Real Galaxy. Got to be inching closer to the end of this first extra frame. Deflected out. Thrown at midfield. We'll give it to Baltimore Celtic. You can sense the urgency. For the better part of this game, EC Real Galaxy had a lot of the advantage when it came to attacking, but Baltimore Celtic is really trying to turn the tables here in the extra frame. Good hustle, good play from Kalishman as he'll take a breather. Sagisi came back on for Baltimore Celtic. Ball takes a hop, skips past one defender. Ione trying to turn on it. Still on ball, has drawn a lot of defenders though. Trying to cut back. No sense in fouling here, and they don't. They had him easily outnumbered, trying to win it back. Shoulder down. Mesqua. A little bit of space here in the middle. Marinez drawing defenders quickly, trying to find the feet right back to Mesqua, but it got past him, and Teddy J coming back to help defensively. Taking his time, being patient as he works toward the midfield, drawing defenders. He'll play it right. This is Mayer. Right foot trying to send forward, but it was deflected out. Nice sliding effort there by Sagisi. But still, Real Galaxy able to play it in. Quick turn, splitting two defenders. This is Ione, and he whiffed on the shot. Coming forward was Farley, and I don't think Ione can believe it. And there is your first extra frame of overtime. No goals there. Without a doubt, the best opportunity. Give Ione credit. There's not too many players who can make that move, split two defenders, and even get into the box. Well, he did it, but he knew the defenders were coming quick, tried to rush the shot, and it just skated off the side of his foot. Baltimore Celtic dodging a big bullet, and we remain scoreless after one period of extra time. Another 10-minute frame coming your way right after this. The U13 Boys National Championship. Don't go anywhere. Ready to resume play here for this second frame of extra time. Another 10-minute session for these two teams. No goal. Now through 85 or so minutes of play when you factor in extra time. Regulation, 2 35-minute halves, and then one 10-minute overtime frame. So here we go, underway. Nearly saw this game's first goal right at the end of that first extra frame of extra time. Ione, who has 4 goals in this tournament, tied for the lead in all scores with Teddy J, the forward for Baltimore Celtic, but Ione split 2 defenders and nearly had this game's first. But we're still going. Deflected away. The keeper, Alvarez, trying to come forward and get it out before it went across the line, but he didn't make it. Corner kick coming for Baltimore Celtic. DeBodie Loeb taking the corner. And a foul whistled against Baltimore Celtic. And we're going to see a yellow card issued here to Langford. Goal kick takes one hop and chested down by Teddy J. Real Galaxy able to win it back at least for a moment. Played down the sideline, knocked out of bounds by Owusu, who was quick to come forward. Hard left-footed shot on the ground coming in towards the box, and Farley off his line to scoop it up, no rebound. Considering it's a scoreless game, and not to take anything away from keeper Luis Alvarez on the Real Galaxy side because he has played well, but there's been more opportunities for his team. I think you'd have to say the player of the match thus far is Grant Farley, the keeper for Baltimore Celtic. He's kept his team in it on multiple occasions. Came up with some big saves in regulation. Three and a half minutes gone here in this extra frame. Extra time period number 2. If we don't decide a winner here, we will go to the dreaded penalty kicks. Montano trying to attack in from the left side. Trying to cross it in, deflected out by Owusu. It'll be another corner for Real Galaxy. Just had a goal scored in extra time on the field behind us in the U13 Girls National Championship game. Here's the corner, headed away. Right back in towards the box, popped up in the box. Header on the back door, but an offsides call. We've reached the midway point. 5 minutes to go. Teddy J on ball. Has it poked away at the last moment, and then he ran over the defender. It will be a free kick coming the other way. Had a big head of steam going there. The defender turned it outside at the last second. Played forward on the sideline. Sagisi, good battle in there for Celtic. Winning it back, had his jersey pulled, and it will be a free kick for Baltimore Celtic. Substitution being made for Real Galaxy. Garcia Zamudio will take a breather. Back onto the field, Reyes Pacheco. Just over 3 minutes to go in this second extra frame. Headed off the 18. Trying to chase it down is Nichols. Sinan towards the 18, quickly denied back out. He'll come back down. Langford on ball, trying to put it back in. Quickly volleyed out by Medrano. Osuji steps forward. Putting a head on it, but Real Galaxy still controlling. Now a pickpocket in the back. Sagisi took it away. Ball nearly snuck through, but a good job by Reyes Pacheco, who just checked in to get a piece of it. And now they've got to try to hustle back. Nice sliding effort to poke it away. That was Marinez who knocked it away. U13 Boys National Championship game. No goals so far in this contest. Just a couple of minutes away from sending this one to PKs. Hitting it one time. Skied up, takes one hop, now cleared off the 18. Headed straight up. Having to retreat back now. Osuji to get to it. Loose in the box. Farley comes forward, punching it away. And everyone appearing to be in disbelief right now in the field. There's a lot of confusion. The players don't know what's going on. But it's going to be a penalty kick for Real Galaxy. Clock shows 9.5 minutes, so this could be the end. The last play we see. Amesko to take it. Hard running charge at him. Diving save with the right hand by Grant Farley. Unbelievable. You'd think that Baltimore Celtic just won a national championship by the way they're celebrating. Have you ever seen a play go down like that? Unbelievable. Grant Farley has got a pretty big frame. He's got long arms. He's made great saves throughout this game. And that young man lays out to his right. And it's one thing to guess the right way. It's another to be able to get a hand on it. But that ball hit with so much pace from Ameska towards that lower corner. For Farley to have the strength to just totally deny it out to the side. Unbelievable save. And I think at this point, regardless of what happens, Grant Farley could still be your player of the game the way that he has played. And who knows, maybe a bit of an advantage for Baltimore Celtic going into penalty kicks, as Farley has now already seen one and saved one. You have to wonder if that gets into the heads mentally of Real Galaxy. It would have been a game winner, without a doubt. Time would have expired right after the penalty kick, and that would have been it. But Grant Farley keeps it going. So now the decision comes for these coaches. What's your order of penalty takers? It's a best-of-5 scenario. If you're unfamiliar with penalty kicks, think of it like a 5-inning baseball game. One team is on the top half, the other team on the bottom half, and you alternate. If you are still tied after 5 kicks, then you can still think of it like a baseball game going into extra innings. Penalty kick from that penalty spot, 12 yards out from goal, right in the center of the field. These penalty kicks become as much mental as they do executing the physical part of it. And you have to wonder how much preparation has gone into penalty kicks for either of these sides. Do the coaches have their orders? Did they have it planned out coming into the game in case this would be the result? Do they know who the first 5 would be? Do they know who steps onto the field to take them after that? And do they have any sort of strategy on where they want to put the ball based on what they have seen from the keepers? Luis Alvarez, the keeper for Real Galaxy, and Grant Farley, the keeper for Baltimore Celtic. They will play these at the far goal. It's closer to the bench of Real Galaxy. So the keeper, Real Galaxy's Luis Alvarez. First shooter for Baltimore Celtic will be one Richie Nichols. Nichols a long run at it. He's going to hit it with the right foot. Goes lower left and missed it left. And wasting no time, sending the striker out. Tied for this tournament lead in goals scored, Jerry Ione. 4 goals thus far. He's been held quiet today, has everyone. And now we've seen 2 PKs and still haven't been able to see a goal. Ione with the right foot, long run up, and just sneaks it under the diving left hand of Grant Farley. And finally we see a ball in the back of the net in this national championship game. Sean DeBodie Loeb will take this second PK for Baltimore Celtic. Long run up, right foot, goes lower right, and puts it in for Baltimore Celtic. That was a big one. Abraham Montano for Real Galaxy. Really long run up. Going to hit it with the left foot. Goes upper 90 left side. And after 2 rounds of penalties, a 2-1 advantage for Real Galaxy. Petey Manguione to take this penalty. Strikes it with the right foot. The textbook penalty there. Put it inside netting. Back tied up at 2. But remember, Real Galaxy kicking in the bottom half of these penalty kicks. Brian Marinez had to leave the game with an injury in the first half, would come back later in the first and played in the second as well. Any pain that he might be feeling from that is probably gone now with the adrenaline. Right foot and puts it in left side. We begin round 4 of these penalties now. Brian Langford, the kick taker. You're not out with a miss here, but you really need it. And he comes through for his squad. So Grant Farley, the keeper for Baltimore Celtic, takes a walk back in between the posts. And they need him to come through big here. And you don't see this often, but it will be the keeper, Luis Alvarez, for Real Galaxy to take this 4th penalty Interesting strategy here. Slow walk up. Hits it right foot, sends it over the bar. The safe money would have been that this would turn out this way. No goals in regulation, no goals in extra time, and we are tied up 3 goals apiece through 4 rounds of penalties. Teddy J lining up for Baltimore Celtic. 4 goals so far in this tournament. Needs another here, and he comes through. Goes low and right side. And now for the first time, with 1 play, a chance for one of these teams to win a national championship. Jonathan Mosqueda, the kick taker for Real Galaxy. Gotta have it. If he misses, Baltimore Celtic is your national champion. Hits it left foot. Saved by Farley. This game is over. Baltimore Celtic. They are national champions. Grant Farley saved a penalty kick at the end of extra time, and he saves the final penalty of this game. Think that guy deserves MVP honors? I don't think there's anybody else who would deserve it more than him. But an overall team effort from this Baltimore Celtic team. They had a rough road in regionals last year, getting eliminated on PKs. They came back this year and, like a freight train, knocked everybody out of town in regionals and have done the same thing here at the national championships. Without a doubt, their toughest game of this tournament, but they come through and win on penalty kicks. Final score, 4-3 in penalties. Things were looking a bit bleak as Real Galaxy made their first 3. They were up 3-2 after 3 rounds, but the final 2 penalty kicks were missed. 1 miss, 1 save, as Baltimore Celtic came through with their final 2, and they win the national championship. Congratulations to Real Galaxy and head coach Juan Moreno on a spectacular season, a spectacular tournament. They are national runners-up. It won't be any consolation to them now as they could taste a national title. But second best team in the country says a lot about this club. And congratulations to your national champions, Baltimore Celtic Derby. Proving the worth not only of this team, but of this club. Another Baltimore Celtic club in the U13 boys division will play for a national championship tomorrow morning. This game, goals in regulation. Both teams had a couple of opportunities to perhaps win it or find the back of the net in extra time. Didn't turn out to be the case. And in penalty kicks, 4-3, Baltimore Celtic Derby is your U13 boys national champion. That concludes our coverage on field number 7 here at the Mohawk Sports Complex in Tulsa, Oklahoma. For the evening, that is, we'll have 2 games coming your way tomorrow. 10 national championships total coming your way tomorrow. All of those, we will have live coverage right here for you on the U.S. Youth Soccer YouTube channel. Until then, for everyone here at U.S. Youth Soccer and the national championships, I'm Josh Haley saying good night from Tulsa.